Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. You're watching Live with Erinn and Kelly, and we have with us today NBC's, and I got to tell you, this is a funny show. I've been, at least I think I'm pretty much up to date. Guys with Kids, Erinn Hayes. Erinn, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Now, I have to ask,
Thank
Erinn.
you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Erinn,
Yes.
First of all, what's it like having an awesome first name?
And hey, I mean, us Erins know. The Erins of the world agree. Erinn is a wonderful first name. Right, Erinn?
Yeah, absolutely, Erinn. But what I find always funny is, people misspell it all the time. Now, you spell it quite differently, E-R-I-N-N, which usually it's only E-R-I-N for a woman, right? Who chose that?
Yeah, E-R-I-N for women and then A-A-R-O-N for men. And,
yes.
But my parents, they wanted to be a little different, so they added that. They threw that extra N on there, which I remember being a child. You never want to stand out from anyone else at a certain age. And we would have these huge fights where I'm screaming, going, "I just want women like other Erins." And now, I wear it like a badge of pride.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, wonderful name, and you wear it well. But tell us,
thank you.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on this last year. I mean, you've really. I don't want to say come into your own, but seeing you on this show, you kind of see all levels of your personality in your acting. What's it like playing Sheila on NBC's, the show?
It's fun. She's such an interesting character that I haven't had a chance to play very often in the past. This type of character, normally I've done on other previous shows, kind of the more relatable girlfriend, the down to earth, accepting wife, and Sheila is anything but this. She is happy with nothing but the best and insulted by anything she finds subpar, and not. I think she's a likable character in that you like to dislike her, but I don't think a whole lot of people see themselves in her. It's been challenging, but it's been really fun for me to branch out and do something different.
Well, yeah, and again, and seeing, it's always nice to see when you see a new series, you kind of see the evolution of the show and the dynamics between the characters and even just the actors together. And you kind of seen this progression of even her. You understand her. I could imagine a lot of women can relate to her, not only being divorced or maybe single mothers, but trying to balance that with the career and then having all these friends that are his friends. It is a challenge.
Yeah, she is she's an outsider in this group. These were not her type of friends, and she protects herself in the way that, I don't want, doesn't think they're worthy, but at the same time she's that kid in class who wants to be friends with everyone and doesn't understand why it isn't working.
Exactly.
She tries so hard, and she's trying to figure out what she's supposed to do, and she's just trying way too hard and thinks she needs to impress everyone all the time. Holds herself to very high standards, which thank God I do not in my real life.
Well,
right now, as I sit in my house and look at my dirty, dirty windows.
Yes. And I want to say and note that you actually are quite different from your personality in this show, because from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you married your high school sweetheart.
I did. And we've been married for 8 years now, together for longer. And we are very happily married. So it's been an interesting thing. I've talked to some friends who are divorced, and some of the executive, one of the executive producers on the show. It's kind of his relationship with his ex, that they have kids together, but they're still very much in each other's lives and have a good relationship. So it's divorce is a very prevalent thing in this world, and it's a big story and very relatable to a lot of people, and so we're trying to find the truth and comedy in it.
Well, I like how you guys are doing that too, because the truth part of it is you kind of see her. She almost wants to work it out still and still get back with him. I know you can't give anything away about the show, but is it kind of starting to project that way, or do they just want to keep you guys as
I think we dealt with that in the first birthday episode, where you saw it was just kind of her desperate move that maybe she would like to do that, but you do see at the end of that it's really not a place that he is at. So we have moved on from that and are dealing more with two people who just continually need to be in each other's lives because of their child, and so they actually have a much better relationship now than they ever did.
Whose idea was it to put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as your boyfriend?
I have no idea. It's so bizarre, right?
Did someone go to a Laker game and say and want more Laker tickets, or what?
Yeah, I have no idea. I think with celebrities of that ilk and sports stars and stuff, you start with maybe one person in mind, and that person's not available, and you get excited about somebody else. So who knows what kind of evolution took place to land Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the set, but it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Well, just seeing you next to him is hilarious.
I felt like a baby person next to him.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", standing next to him, shaking his hand. I don't often feel small.
Yeah, he's what, 7 feet, 7 foot something? 7. He's tall, man. That guy's huge.
He's enormous. That's all I know.
Well, speaking of enormous, you've been able to act with some of my favorite, Bradley Cooper. You've been able to act with Vince Vaughn. What have those experiences been like? Are they, what are those guys like?
There's a reason those guys have made it. A person like Bradley Cooper, you meet him and he's so affable and I want to say sparkly, he's, those people that you meet, you're like, oh, I understand why you get in a room with executives and casting people, and of course they're going to hand you the world. Look at you. And just nice, wonderful, fun people to work with and bring a lot to the table when you're acting with them. I was sad that Kitchen Confidential didn't take off more. I loved the character that I played in that, which is now you can buy the DVDs and see all of it. My character never made it to air. And Vince Vaughn, I really just worked with one day. I flew out there, did one scene, and flew back. But he was great. You see why he made it.
Well, it's funny, there's a lot of promising shows that don't get picked up. Now, one of them I was surprised. You were able to act opposite of my favorite comedian of all time, Tim Conway. Yeah, and that didn't go anywhere after that. What happened?
Well, that was one of those. They've always tried to figure out. Hollywood has tried to figure out how to make improv play on TV, and I think they finally got it right with things like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where it's a single camera and it's people improving like that. But ours was a very much like audience participation, more like an improv show you might go to at a comedy club, but it was a sitcom, so it was half scripted and half improvised, and we had all these games built in. He was amazing, so sharp, so funny. It was such a fun experience, and we were like, for sure this is going to hit, for sure. And then we watched it on TV and was like, oh, I see why maybe. It's hard to watch improv.
It is, I guess.
Done in a theater type way.
But still, I want more of Tim Conway. Do you ever get to ask him to lunch now that you know him?
No, we haven't kept in touch. He was such a nice man, but I actually have not seen him since. I would love to run into him. Well,
I got to say, I love your character again in NBC's Three Guys with Kids. I keep wanting to say three guys because it is three guys, but it's Guys with Kids.
No, Guys with Kids. It's on Wednesdays at 8:30 on NBC.
Awesome.
Watch it.
Thank you so very much for taking a moment with us.
Thank you.
Again, you could watch Guys with Kids every Wednesday night at 8:30. I'm Erinn Michael Sanchez. Thanks for watching.